Coming up, we go on a free walking tour of Ho Chi Minh City, where we learn a brief history of this fascinating country. Before that though, let's catch up. Hello and welcome back to another video. We are in Ho Chi Minh City, a city which the locals, or some locals, still call Saigon. Excuse me. It's our last full day here in Vietnam, and we are going to go on a guru walk, free tour of the downtown area.
So we haven't been up to all that much. We've been here for a couple of nights now. We've mostly just hung out at our Airbnb because it's been so hot. It's been like 35 degrees. Very busy, and we're just craving the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, what we have done is go out for food, but sometimes we've had it delivered. We've kind of walked around shopping centres, and last night we went to a really good kind of sound healing, so like sound bath and yin yoga session, which was like really
valuable,
replenishing.
Yeah, and also we went to had a nice meal just before that at Pie Bistro, which we found out this morning was actually timed perfectly because yesterday was Pie Day. 14th of March. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's head back into the downtown area. Did you cover everything?
Yeah, I'm just worried about your back now because your crouches.
Oh man, I look ridiculous.
There is a big height difference between the two of us, for those that don't know us personally.
Let's get you a little
time for
stool.
Matt to resume to his full height.
And off we go. The meeting point for our walking tour wasn't too far away, so we chose to walk there along the city's busy streets. So we're staying in a very, very busy part of the city. The actual alleyway we're staying in, as you heard when we recorded the first bit of this video, is actually very quiet. But literally 30 seconds down the alleyway and the traffic is roaring, particularly during rush hour. However, in the city there are parks, and here is one of them. And as you might expect, it provides a nice green and relatively peaceful escape from the noise and the chaos. Right now it appears to be the older gentleman's power walk session. Last night there were much younger people using all of the gym equipment that's provided for free in this park. But yeah, right now it's just older men just kind of power walking their way around. It's nice to see it being used. So are you singing the Thomas the Tank Engine theme? Yeah. Should we go? Nope. Turtle Lake. On the way to our walk, we haven't actually found our tour guide yet, but we had to stop for cold drinks.
Environmental disaster.
An expensive environmental disaster, but it's delicious. Look, there's whole slice of peach on our peach tea. Tastes good, but yeah, sorry planet. Before long, we'd met up with Tan, our walking tour guide. The tour would take us past some of the main sites in the centre of the city.
This was built in 1880s, and now it's the oldest hotel in Ho Chi Minh City that's still alive. This was the hotel that a lot of journalists and writers during the French and the Vietnam War has been staying here. Very central and a good view to see the war and the colonize here back in the hotel. So when we talk about the Vietnam War, we talk about a lot of American officers working here. During the Vietnam War, there was over 2 million Americans live in Ho Chi Minh City, and there were 500,000 of children were born that mix between Vietnamese and Americans. That's why when Americans bring some of the American officers back, they also bring a lot of Vietnamese, and also they have the baby event, the baby lift, when they take the orphans Vietnamese that was considered mixed back to the US too. Yeah. So in the 28th of April 1975, the airport that you're landing in Ho Chi Minh City, Tân Sơn Nhất International Airport, used to be the headquarters, and they were bombed by the Viet Cong. And that's why they cannot use the helicopter, the airplane, to take the citizen back to the US anymore. And they send the helicopter here to pick up the citizen and then to the harbor on a boat and bring them back. Yeah, and the last helicopter ever is 7:53 a.m. on the 30th of April 1975, landing on that building over there. It used to be the CIA office during the Vietnam War in the city here. And they take about 14 to 15 people back to the port. Okay, we are standing right now at the center point of the center of the city.
The Central Post Office is still a functioning post office, but it attracts a lot of tourists, and now much of the space is set aside to vendors. The building is obviously impressive, but it had a strange atmosphere, as if the building itself was going through an identity crisis. Sort of slight Gringotts vibes. Huh?
Tickets to their cars, because there's cameras
Yeah.
on the lines, but not scooters.
The road you just walked by over here, this is also the second most expensive road in the city. But most of the building and offices here is only owned by the government, so you cannot buy it again. So on this road, there will be, on the left side will be the US consular embassy, and on the right will be the French and the UK embassy. At the end will be the city zoo, and on this point, in this way, will be the Independence Palace. This is a very famous museum to visit, belong with the War Remnants Museum, right at this corner over here. If you don't have time for both, I will recommend you to visit the War Remnant Museum. That will tell you a lot more about the Vietnam War, and a lot of photos and pictures taken and drawing in the war that give you a very good look and a good understanding of the Vietnam War. So when we talk about the Vietnam Wall, we talk about this building over here. During the French colony on the same land, it used to be called the Northern Palace. It was built for the French governor of Indochina to stay and working in Vietnam. Indochina is the area that the French take over in Southeast Asia. The three countries called Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam. And in Vietnam will be the headquarters when they open and building a lot of roads, electricities, facilities, schools and hospitals. So every student and rich people from Laos and Cambodia also study in the South Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City over here. That's why you can see that most of our structures and old buildings always built during the French colony, and we keep it here. By the Vietnam War, when the French completely withdrew its troops out of Vietnam in 1954, then we have a situation of Vietnam War, the South and the North of Vietnam. Still the same way it was divided during the French. During the French, it was the Nguyen dynasty in the north and the French in the south. During the Vietnam War, it's Ho Chi Minh North Vietnam in the north and Ngo Dinh Diem South Vietnam in the south. That is the battle of Vietnam, north and south. But if you look outside the box a little bit bigger, you can see that the north were funded financially by Russia and China, and the south were funded by the US. So it's actually a small sign of war between democracy and the communism. Yeah, that is.
So
what.
do you think they were just using Vietnam then? These
Exactly.
other countries are just...
The US was afraid of the extensions
Yeah.
of the communism parties. Yeah. They go from Russia to China and Vietnam. If they took over Vietnam, they're afraid that it's gonna expand more and that we lost the whole Asia. But Vietnam through that after we won and we just keep it here. We didn't go to other countries and spread that mindset anywhere. So that was wrong from the beginning, and it happened to be the most expensive war in American history. The money they put in Vietnam War are twice the monies they put in the World War II. And the bomb they're using here was triple the amount of bomb they're using in the North Korea War and World War I and World War II combined together. And as you can see, Laos is actually the country that was bombed the most in the entire world. Averagely, just 8 minutes, there will be about 2 tons of bomb rushing all over Laos. Yeah. So that is the story about the Vietnam War.
Tengo hambre, pero...
You've led us to a dead end, you fool.
Anything you can buy, like food to souvenir to clothes, custom suits, everything.
Hello.
As you may have already gathered, Ho Chi Minh City has a growing traffic problem. And if there was one video clip that encapsulated the scale of that problem, this is it.
You can see that we built very narrow and very high up.
Yeah.
Because the land is too expensive to get a big land. So there's no concept of backyard, front yard, and a garden when we build houses. We just build houses next to each other like that. And in front of our house would be for the parking lot.
With darkness descending, the walking tour concludes along one of Ho Chi Minh's most notorious nightlife streets. After parting ways with our group over a dinner of British home comforts, we reflected on our month-long tour of Vietnam. Subscribe now to our channel and join us next time as we head across the border to Cambodia.